implemented with tiny G4 tracking devices. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
And they explode if we leave the set. Call for help.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Into every summer, a bad blockbuster movie must fall. This summer there were so many. Stealth, The Island, XXX, State of the Union. But none of those movies had games made out of them. Yet.
So, we had to settle for reviewing the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory game. We hope you enjoy it more than we did.
Hey, Willy Wonka, have you a game? Or like other spin-offs, are you just lame?
You come a long way, Charlie Bucket. Such a long way, in fact, that you're barely recognizable. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for the Xbox has taken so many liberties with Roald Dahl's original story that it may seem hard to recognize. You may also have trouble recognizing it as anything resembling a video game. The story now makes Charlie the righter of all wrongs committed by the other children. It's up to Charlie to juice Violet, for example. Wonka Bots, Charlie's peculiar adversaries in the game, are created by Mike TV. The Wonka Bots were being created to replace the already enslaved Oompa Loompas. This title trots along with tenacious tedium, draining color from the faces of even the youngest of players.
Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory.
The game begins in relatively familiar territory, with Charlie and Gramps trying to gain access to Mr. Wonka's air-polluting factory of wonder. Young Charles's initial challenge is to grab the cash necessary to obtain the ticket. This, of course, becomes a whimsical analogy of self-determined capitalism. Charlie's desperate clutching to escape the grim poverty of his grandfather starts with his green cash sprout and ends on top of Mr. Wonka's chocolate chair, master of all that's sweet. Problem is, as you progress through the game, you'll begin to realize the tedium supplied by the title's fatally flawed control system. Buttons at times needed to be depressed repeatedly to make certain things happen. The controller-to-character response ratio was noticeably inaccurate, making platforming a pain in the keister and objective repetition far too common. The game is insulting, aiming at the perceived lower expectations of kid gamers. We at SA believe that kids don't deserve crappy games. Very few kids will finish this title based on the inaccurate controls and flat sameness of much of the environment. Many of the rooms and objectives seem to repeat. Just when you think you've completed an objective, like freeing Augustus Gloop,
yes, he's out of the pipe.
You have to repeat the objective in a similar environment.
No, he's back in the river.
Wait. Charlie's combat system is candy-based and sides more on the sweet rather than the mighty. There's very little satisfaction when vanquishing villains, and there's very little taste to this title. I mean, it rubs our rhubarb to try and foist this crap on a kid or adult that may have enjoyed the book or movies the title is based on. Don't get suckered. Don't buy it or rent it. Read it and love it. With stale chocolate breath, we breathe a 1 out of 5.
Can you still hear that?
Yeah.
That's the sound of the game, still sucking.
If you're a parent, don't damage your kid by making them play this. Try Katamari Damacy. Try Mario Kart.
But don't ever buy Junior some crappy movie game tie-in. It's cruel and unusual.